Hello everyone, Ebba here. I'm sorry that this video isn't up on time, but this is the soonest I could make it. This is on, what day is today?
Thursday.
Thursday. Is it Thursday? No, it's Friday. I think it's Friday. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, it is. I'm making it on Friday. I don't know when I'll get it up, possibly tomorrow. On Saturday, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, this is a haul video, as you've seen in the title, and this first thing I'm going to show you is all crafting stuff that we got. We went to 3 different stores, so this is sort of a combination of all the crafting stuff. We bought other things, but I don't think you need to see them. But this is a combination of all the crafting stuff that we bought at these 3 different stores. Now, the 3 stores were the Salvation Army thrift store, the Goodwill thrift store, and Value Village thrift store. So, and in the U.S., if you're wondering what's Value Village, it's Savers. So the first thing that I got was this trimmer. It's a Fiskars trimmer. It's from, as far as I could find, it's from 2020, 2021, somewhere in there. And 1920 would have been amazing, wouldn't it? Anyway, it is one with the roller, the round roller cutting part. And it's 12 inches wide, so I can do a 12 by 12 paper on it easily. There's no flipping out or anything. It does not fold up. But this is the cutting blade here. And these blades are really easy because it's Fiskars. So, you know, you just need to know the number, which is actually printed on the cutter. Now, I went and looked on eBay and Amazon. There was none on Amazon that were exactly the same. There was one person. Now, prices in Canada, on Canada Amazon, are crazy sometimes. One that was similar to this. And it was an off type of brand. I don't know where it was made or anything, but it was a similar style to this. And it was $170, which I thought was really stupid. However, on eBay, this thing was anywhere between $35 and $45. I got it for the amazing price of, let me see, I believe it was $5.99. Yes, $5.99, which I think is, well, I mean, that's a good bargain. Okay, I'm going to hand this off to my sweetheart, and he's going to set it out of the way so we can continue. So, I had to buy myself a ruler. I know I've got lots of rulers, like most of us do when we're crafters, and paper crafters in particular. But they're somewhere. They're somewhere under the house. They're in a box. And rather than trying to go out and figure out which box is it in and where is it and, you know, all the rest of it, I know I've got like 2 or 3. I've got a metal one. I've got a couple of plastic ones. I've got T rulers. Anyway, so I bought myself a ruler. I think it cost me a few pennies, like 50 cents or something like that. It wasn't very much. Value Village had a 30% off thing, so we did really good going there. And we got quite a few things. I got this case, which these are always very handy. And again, I paid a few cents for it. A lot of them don't have tags on. And I think that's Salvation Army. Oh, yes, Salvation Army. In the Salvation Army, they had a rack. I think it was Salvation Army. And they had 6 items for $5. So I got this, and I got these, and I got, all kinds. Anyway, so we bought 2 lots of 6 for $10. Was the ruler part of that? Mm-hmm. I think the ruler was part of that. So yeah, so it wasn't a few cents. It was part of that deal. So it was less than $1. Anyway, I got, I'm just setting things up out there. I got these, which are shiny things. I don't have a lot of shiny things. Even in, if I unpacked everything into a craft space, I wouldn't have a lot of shiny things. And I like these because they're kind of mirrored and sparkly and shiny. And they're more on the flat side. They're not like hugely rounded. They do have a bit of a bump to them, but if you're putting them in journals or you're sticking them on cards, that's okay. Like it just, they only had blue. Now, what I like is, this was a Salvation Army one. Somebody donated a bunch of stuff that they had been crafting with, and they got it at Dollarama. We went into Dollarama, and I did see more of them, but I said, I'm not going to buy more because I already just bought one. This is more shiny things, and this is some more. This is confetti. And what I looked at was there's oodles of shapes in here. There's circles that are glitter circles, and there's wiggly things, and there's just all sorts of things. Some of them are shiny, some of them are not. And I thought, well, you know what? This can be used for all sorts. You're making a birthday card, for instance, or a celebration card of any kind. And you can use this and actually put it on as like confetti, but glue it onto your card, or put it in a journal, an album maybe, that's like a keepsake album, and you could put it like on different pages or on the front and decorate with. So I thought that was really good. This is all the stuff we got as part of the stack. Then there was these adorable llama things. Can you see them? I thought they were adorable. There's 10 of them in there. They're little clothespins. Oops. Yeah, Gary just reached for something and knocked over my phone. They're little clothespins with a little llama on them, and they're wood. So I thought they were really cute. Those are really handy to use, like in journals and things, for page markers, like little book markers, or to hold something in place like you do. Then there was this pack of shiny stuff. So there's some pearls. There's some, these are round beads, or like kind of oval beads, like those. And then there's the tiny beads, the seed beads in them. So I thought, well, those are a good deal too, because I can use them for different things. Seed beads on a card look really nice. Lay down some glue and put in your seed beads. Just be careful when you're putting them in, because they'll bounce everywhere. And then there was these, and these are really pretty. They're little flowers, different flowers, with a bit of gold on them. So they're white with gold. So they'll go on just about anything, like with any colors, just as something decorative. And there was these, which Gary found. They're pink. It's a whole bunch of different buttons. There's tons of them in there, different buttons, different types. You can kind of see them. Some of them are small, some of them are quite big. And buttons are always really fun to decorate with, especially if it's something like you've got, maybe you've got a journal and you want to use a button as a closure, or you've got a card and you want to use a button to decorate a particular, maybe a center of a flower even. And there was this, and I thought it was really neat. This is writing up the top. It's little cutouts, and the top one is all black, and it says all boy, so it's ALL, separate letters, so you could take those out and you could use them any way you want. And then this next one says brothers, and again it's all separate letters. This one is like painted on or put on, rough and tumble. This one is trouble. What does it say? Here comes trouble, laugh out loud, and mischievous. And then it's got all these other squares and things. There's like a big frame and just all the squares and stuff like that. So I thought, well, it wouldn't be bad to have one on hand, because it's quite hard sometimes to find things for males, to make a card or make a journal or anything. To find things that have words that are kind of male related, more male related than female related. If you have a tomboy in your family, you know, you could make a cute card with rough and tumble little girl, you know. I mean, there's so many things you could do with something like this. And when I saw it, I thought, well, you know, good deal. I mean, these are, like I say, these are all part of the so many for $1 or 6 for $5. And then there was these, which I thought, these are overlays and stickers. So I don't know what they look like inside, but they looked really cool outside. They almost have a Tim Holtz kind of look to them, you know, that sort of look. They're not Tim Holtz, but they do have that sort of look to them. Oh, I see. Oh, that's the first time I've lifted that out. So these are the overlays. Look at that. Oh, I never noticed. That is really neat. Okay, so you cut these out or take these out, and you use these over the top. Oh, that's really neat. Yeah, I like that. This one's got words on it. What's it say? It says for all time. And this one says memory. That one's time, and this is love. So they're quite nice. I do have the camera zoomed down because I was showing you little things, and I thought I need the camera zoomed down for that. So these bigger ones, I kind of have to shift them back and forth. But that was it for the craft stuff that we got. Now, I mean, Gary got a few things. He got a new wallet, which was really a good price. And it's leather. It feels like it's leather. And then he got some rings and things that he needed. And we did go to a Dollarama to buy a few things there. But they were things like, you know, dog treats and stuff like that. So I didn't want to, you know, bother you with showing you things that you're probably not the least bit interested in seeing. Anyway, so that is it for this time. The best buy was the cutter, because it is something. The cutter that I have is a decent cutter, but this one has the roller blade. And when I was looking for one way back, and this was 2 years ago at least, and I was looking for a cutter that would cut properly, these roller blade cutters were over $150 to $200 on all of the brands, and there was lots of different brands that had them, but they were so expensive that I just couldn't see myself buying, you know, something that expensive to play with, like, you know. So yeah, so anyway, I got lots of goodies. You'll see some of these things coming up. This box, what I bought it for, was to put some of this stuff into. Maybe the buttons will go in there, but we'll see. And my ruler, now I've got a ruler. Because I was looking for a ruler the other day to do something, and I couldn't. I couldn't. So that's it, folks. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed seeing this little thing and hearing me blabber, then please give me a like. Gary just shook the camera all over, so sorry about that. But we are working in a very small space, and, you know, he has to move around and do things sometimes too. And anyway, so yeah, and if you feel like, you know, commenting, telling me, you know, if there's anything here that you would particularly love to have, or something, maybe an idea you'd like to see me do something with some of this stuff, let me know. Let me know in the comments. That's what they're there for. So you take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you next time, which I hope is going to be Monday, but I don't know. At this point, I'm really unsure of what's happening. We did finally get the print head in. Gary has actually put it into the machine today, and we'll be testing it, making sure that it's working properly and doing what we need it to do. And then I may be able to print the things that I need to make that box and show you the box. And we'll move on from there. Okay, take care of yourselves. Have a really wonderful rest of the day. Bye for now. Talk to you later.